Everything about grinding in Blox Fruits has changed forever. The latest 2 updates, they messed up so much stuff. The Buddha got nerfed, so can you still do raids with it? The dragon is insane, so do we just use the dragon for everything? What about the Yeti? What about the gas? What about sea beasts? Are they still good for grinding? Is the ocean trash, or can we still solo everything? Today's video, I'm gonna find all of that out. I've got a bunch of brand new grinding methods that are broken, and some of them use devil fruits you would never expect. That is the Buddha devil fruit. Can we still solo raids? Let's get an advanced raid ship. Let's go to Doe. There's no holding back. Let's just do the difficult one. Let's set ourselves as a sword main. I am currently a mink, which is not a good thing, but that's fine. The Buddha got nerfed, so it doesn't attack like it used to, so you can't hit as many people at once. Let's find out if that ruins everything. All right, we're only 3rd island in, and I can actually already tell you that the Buddha is still fine. I got all of these concerns from my comment section, from my Discord, my Twitter, pretty much everywhere. And people were saying you can't hit multiple targets, and I know that was true for a little while, but it is definitely not true anymore. Well, I don't feel like I struggled much more than I usually would. I'm always kind of bad at doing that raid, but I still did it. I feel like it's definitely safe to say that you can still solo every raid with the Buddha fruit, and that's going to be a really, really good fragment. Do not do the raid I just did. If you want quick fragments, do the dark raid. Next, let's check out an insane new money grinding method that you can do here on Chocoland if you've got a lot of like value on your account. And if you don't, after this, we'll look at a different one. I did almost forget something. Go back to the second C. You're going to need to be a cyborg for this. Cyborg version 4 has this great ability where the damage that you do can chain to nearby enemies. You don't have to have this, but it does make it way faster. So version 3 gives you energy core, which boosts your defense, which is kind of okay. And it has the AoE lightning effect. It's handy. But like I just mentioned, this part right here, you get the little drone guys, the little orbs that will chain your damage. This is what you want. And the reason I say this is for the rich boys, it's because you're gonna need dragon, preferably E. This also only works if you own the 5,000 Robux chromatic skin. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Can you imagine? You only have to invest 10,000 Robux. No, the regular dragon will work. I just happen to be chromatic. All right, let's evolve. Okay, from here, you'll see you could do this without use of the cyborg, but the cyborg does make it nice. Let's go ahead and just start killing everything with our scorching downfall. Remember, wherever things downfall is where they're typically going to be, so that's where you're going to want to direct your other attack. I am currently a sword main. Now the grinding method will work. There we go. As you can see, I'm getting like 3,000 belly per kill, which is very nice. I do have double money. You're going to keep moving around the island. Do not stop, and do not worry about stuff that you miss and don't kill. You'll get back to it. Scorching downfall. And with all this massive AoE damage that we're also doing, you're eventually going to get your V4 for like pretty much doing nothing. And basically, this is the entire method. You see, I got full dragon right now. You see my fury meter is completely full. That's because the damage that you do on multiple guys, yeah, that's going to keep your fury full. Then you can go ahead and do your V4, which is going to be even more insane because the dragons are also AoE. Well, the cyborg is AoE. And just do this. Do this for hours, man. Do this until you get bored of it. Your big dragon attacks will help you stay in your V4 even longer, and you're just going to make heaps of money. Also, if you're like me and your dragon mastery isn't maxed, I guess that's also a bonus that you get out of this, but it's not a bonus you get for long. You'll get 600 so quickly. And that is the method. And what's hilarious about this is the dragon is so strong. This works anywhere. Let me go and get another example. Almost every material in this game is kind of a pain to grind, but the worst one is the one you get right here on Hydra Island. I bet you I don't have any. I don't have any dragon scales because they're used in so many things. If you bring the dragon over here, you can pretty much hit all of them with scorching downfall. So you could drag them all in without moving because my head is next to the building. And you could fight them all this way and they shouldn't be able to do any damage to you. Once you get up to your V4 as well. There, I got a dragon scale. That was so fast. Oh, that's perfect for the video. And then we just wait. We might use it again. Make sure they're all dead. They weren't all dead. Now they're all dead. You're still getting 2,000 belly per, and you can grind up one of the worst materials to grind in this game. That's the pay-to-win grinding method. Let's go do the kind of free-to-play one that is just as good, but it's less fun. This next method is best done with Ghoul, and it is pretty much exclusively for grinding materials and money. Now, Ghoul V3 will work, but V4 is best. Obviously, V4 is always best. Let's grab this. This method, it comes from my boy, Zero. He is on my Discord. He sent me a video of him doing this, and it's really good for getting hearts during the Valentine's event. It'll probably be good for bones. It'll be good for general resources. It's insane. Let's check it out. All right, I'm a Ghoul V4. I've got my Haki on. I'm at the Tiki Outpost. This is where we're going to start. This is just for money, this one. So let's head over here, and you're going to need to get yourself, honestly, the most underrated devil fruit in this game, which means it should be easy to trade for. You will be using the mighty Quake fruit, and you are going to want to awaken it because it will make it faster. I have 510 mastery, but I started with 189, which means the few hours that I tested this for today were absolutely insane. So let me show you how this works. Basically, your spatial shockwave will hit the immediate NPCs around you, but your sea quake is the big one. This is gonna drag all these other guys. Like there's the guy underneath me, there's a guy right here that'll come towards me. These three are going to get hit by my spatial shockwave, while all the others are going to get hit by sea quake. So the close ones, purely, it's kind of just to help you get your V4 energy up. But what's really cool is if I press T with Ghoul, I can use my Sea Quake early because you can use it at 40% cooldown. I can use my Shockwave again. That's pretty awesome, right? That means you're using your abilities, I guess, 40%-ish more often. I don't know math. But then it gets even better because with your V4, if you use the domain expansion ability, it's the greatest thing ever. You get 20% reduced cooldowns estimated. So you're using your abilities way more often when you are both in your domain and using the ability, like your race ability. But also, what is really, really crazy about this is that your domain expansion also gives you access to all your nighttime passives. So all the passives you get at nighttime as a ghoul become available during the day while you're in your V4. We can go even further with this by using Chopper's hat, because not only is this going to give us a small 3% Blox Fruits damage increase, but it gives us an additional 15% Blox Fruits cooldown. So we're getting 40% whenever we're in our V3 ability, an additional 20% whenever we're awakened, and then 15% at all times because of the hat. You're an ability using machine is what's happening. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just sitting here spamming C, V, and T over and over and over again, waiting for my V4 to catch, like to fill up so I can activate it with the Y. But there's an even better way that you could go about doing this. I'm getting almost 3,000 belly per kill. Very nice. And I was getting hearts, which is another great thing if you're a max level because it's good for event. I think here comes the big wall of death text. I think this is the one. Here's a huge wall of death text. We're going to use our V4, which means our cooldowns are even faster now. Now, my V4 is not fully leveled, so it doesn't last that long. But if yours is, then this would be even more insane. Also, your Sea Quake will kind of help you maintain the bar just a little bit. And yes, you can do exactly what you're thinking. And that's what we're going to test for an hour right now. You could set up Tiny Task to basically just go CVTY, CVTY over and over and over again. And as long as you do that on repeat, this could go forever. And let's see how much money we make. All right, well, I'm back after an hour and it looks like I'm in the pose. So at some point, I was V4. My V4 is not a high level either, so it wouldn't have lasted very long, which means this could get way better. We gained almost 1 million belly, which is really, really good. We doubled our mastery. That's for sure. And it looks like we got 99 materials. So currently, yeah. So currently the hearts event is on. So we got 137 hearts, which is decent. And I don't know if anything else drops, but we definitely got that many heart material, which means this would be good for like bones and stuff as well. I might need to test that. So I'm fairly certain, just like with the dragon, guys, anywhere that you can sort of stand around and be safe, you should be able to do this. Maybe the spatial shockwave won't hit stuff. I don't know what ability. Oh, okay. The wave hit them in the end. Maybe if I stood like here, it would work. The spatial shockwave would still hit them. The building, I think, protects me from arrows. And then, yeah, just like with the dragon, you would be able to grind yourself dragon scales or any material anywhere. I think the other best place to use this would be bones, because that way you could roll bones for Halloween. Or when confetti comes back for New Year's, if they ever do New Year's again. Well, it definitely worked because I got a bunch of kills and then I got shot. That's nice. I think we've covered the best way to get resources and to get money now. I am going to do these because I'm not rich enough. I would like 100 million belly, please. Let's look at mastery next. Now, obviously, I showed you how to do the dragon and quake mastery, but everything else is really individual. So here are the basic rules on how to level up mastery quickly, no matter what you're leveling up. You could be a perfectly reasonable person and you could just come and fight as many of the highest level NPCs possible. This is good mastery. It's good money. If you're not a max level, then obviously it's good XP. You could get the quests every single time, even if you're only here for mastery. That way, for the top level quest, not only would you be getting mastery, you'd also get 16,000 belly per quest completed. So it's bonus money. It's not good money. Everything is better than nothing with this game. This game is way too grindy now. So we have to be efficient. We got to get as much out of our time as we can. I died. All right, I'm bad at this game. Your alternative for active play is obviously also to defeat bosses. Like the Big Mom boss here. She's very common for groups of players to grind together in order to get fast mastery. What you do is just join a public server. Check if Big Mom's here. If she is, defeat her, whether you're leveling up a fighting style, a devil fruit, a sword, a gun, whatever it is, defeat Big Mom. And then just go to the top corner here, or however you access it on mobile, to get to the server list, and then just go to a new server and rinse and repeat. That's all it takes. This will be good money. It'll be really good mastery. And Big Mom has boss drops, so if you don't have her sword, which is the buddy sword, obviously you can also get this. Big Mom is obviously one option. The other option being Longma right here, the guy who drops Tushita. If you haven't unlocked him and you just want to get like 300 mastery on your portal fruit, I wouldn't bother unlocking him yet. Just do Big Mom. But he works exactly the same way, except only one person can get the mastery from beating this boss. Where with Big Mom, everybody who does some damage will get mastery. And now for my personal favorite. This will always be good. I don't think this is going to change for quite some time. And that is, if you're leveling up an item that has its own weapon and is an elemental devil fruit, or if you're doing melee, or if you're doing a sword or a gun, then all you have to do is get an elemental fruit and come and grind skeletons. They will never be able to hurt you, and you can kill an unlimited amount of them, and you can AFK this. You could use an auto clicker, or you could just stand right here and just tap your phone while you're watching TV, or, you know, just doing anything. Whatever your setup is. The reason this is the best is because they drop bones, which you can then turn into the Death King for fragments, for money, for, if you're super lucky, some items. If it's Halloween event, you can turn it in and maybe get devil fruit. It's just more efficient than killing anything else because it's decent money. It's good mastery. It's AFK, and the bones are a really big bonus. The best fruit I have ever gotten from rolling bones at Halloween is the shadow fruit. Here's some honorable mentions. I wouldn't recommend grinding these things outright, but you could do them every couple of hours. Number one is the arena trainer right here. So if you take on this guy's quest, you can get 22,000 belly and 40 million XP. All you gotta do is kill the dummy, which is easier said than done, because if you stop damaging him, he will heal. He heals. Yeah, he healed already. Look at that. Just because I missed a single attack. There we go. I also got 200 fragments for defeating that guy. Now, if we go back and try and do this again, he'll tell you can only do it once an hour. And unfortunately, without the quest, if you kill him again, you do not get the fragments. But that's 200 fragments you can get every hour for doing nothing. Well, for killing a man, but he's not hard. You can also go every 15 minutes to this guy, and he'll tell you where someone is at. So floating turtle. I would only do these if they were at Floating Turtle or Hydra, because you can just run in here and use the portals. And obviously, if you have Observation V2, it's very, very easy to find these guys. So, oh, look, he's back here. That was easy. If you don't have all of the items they drop, these are definitely worth doing. But once you've got all the items and you're a max level, then these guys really are just like 100 fragments and a little bit of money. There's not much to it, but they are easy to kill. There's 100 fragments. You know, I got a little bit of XP. Like, I would have gotten a level. It's not a lot, but it's honest work. That's every 15 minutes for 100 fragments. Most of my fragments come from doing dumb stuff like that. I never do raid. How about grinding sea beasts? These have slowly and steadily fallen off. Let's go to the second sea first. So let's say you're in the second sea. You don't have any friends. It's very sad. Neither do I. So you can't do raids. You can't solo them. You've got to do sea beasts. That's fine. Join a brand new server and grab yourself literally any boat, but the higher HP, the better. You're also going to want a devil fruit that is good at killing these guys. So awakened ice is very good. Awakened magma, also very good. And of course, you could use Buddha if you're a sword main or something like that. And there's a pretty easy rule to follow with these. Go out until the word sea appears at the top of the screen right here. There it is. And hopefully, in the next 5 to 15 minutes, a sea beast will spawn. Okay, we got unlucky. The boats have spawned, which means you can kill them if you want, but it's a total waste of time. Actually, there's no big boat, so I'm just going to knock these guys out so that I can remember. It's 50 fragments each. That's 100 fragments. All right, and now we change server. Here we go. Finally, a sea beast. It did actually take a little while, but it only took 2 servers, which is always nice. So if you're using the magma fruit, this is super easy. And please keep in mind, boys and girls, that at the end of this, I'm going to get a lot of money. But I have the double money game pass. So whatever I get, you basically just halve. And that's what you would get if you don't have the game pass. There we go. So 250 fragments. Everybody gets that. I got 400,000. So you would have gotten, say, 200,000. Still pretty goated. The second C is a very good way to do this because you don't, like, you're AFK 90% of the time. So what I would do now is I would log out, go to another server, and do the exact same thing. And if a CB spawned again, kill it. Basically, after every sea event, you need to reset and go to a new server. There might actually be like 0 evidence, but we believe that there's a server cooldown, which means like the chances of another CB spawning straight away is lower than a regular chance if you just go to a new server. Now for the third sea. The best thing about the third sea, obviously, is rumbling waters. So best place to start is obviously Tiki. Look for the big arch, and then don't go to the big arch. Go to the other direction. Look for the little arch. This one is where having the lantern, which you can buy in the second sea for a couple thousand fragments, would be a good idea. And that's simply because this boat fast. It's fast, it has good HP, and I'm going to need the magma again. You can use whatever you want. I am just comfortable using the magma. Also, for rumbling waters, I'm not one right now. But if you're a Sharkman, especially Sharkman V3, that would be a very good idea. Something that is also worth mentioning, I'm just checking right now. Right now, the Mirage Island stock is only Phoenix and Rumble, so it's nothing exciting. But anytime you're doing this grinding, you need to know what the Mirage stock is, just in case. You might get luck. All right, we're at level 4 over here. We're extreme. You want to sit in 4 to 5. You don't want to run into rocks, because what kind of a captain runs into rocks? I'm an idiot. Hang out between 4 and 5. That's your best chance for rumbling. Hey, Sea Beast. Very nice. So, I have not parked my boat in a good spot. Now, I wasn't doing this before, but it's a very good idea to try and stay up in the sky a little bit, even if you're using like the magma fruit. That way you can't get pushed underwater by its stupid beam attack. All right, easy game. Unfortunately, they only give 150 fragments in the third sea. Nobody knows why, because there isn't a reason. It's just a mistake. And now we can carry on. We've taken a little bit of damage, but we're going to keep looking for those rumbling waters. You got to consider the rumbling waters as like triple the drop. Also, V4 is very helpful in rumbling waters if you don't have. All right, all I'm doing is getting sharks now. But if you're one of those people who still needs to do ocean stuff, doing these guys as well, think of it as efficient gaming. These boats are always good to do. They have a very low chance to drop a devil fruit. But I have found that if you stop your boat to fight them, you have pretty much 100% chance that your boat's gonna sink, which means you have to go back to Tiki Outpost and start again. You guys can see why I prefer the second sea method. I know the rumbling waters, it's tempting, bro. It's 3x the reward, but it's kind of trash and it's hard to find and it requires a lot more paying attention. The second sea is kind of goated if you want to do sea beasts, and you can get the Fist of Darkness in the second sea, and it's actually useful. Bruh, where are these rumbling waters at? I'm gonna die. My boat is going to die, and I'm not gonna find a single one. Oh, we actually found one. Okay, that makes the game look a little bit better. Okay, the first one is always the hardest, but if you're unlucky like me and you get these little annoying guys on you, you have to, unfortunately, sometimes you just die. All right, there we go. I got both of them. We can go back into combat now. Okay, 2 down. That is 150 fragments each still, because it's the third sea, but it is 400,000 belly per kill for me, which is insane, really. And there we go. That's 3. I would have gained 3 levels if I wasn't maxed. I gained 1.2 million belly like it was nothing, but I did need V4. And my boat dead now. Definitely my boat dead. I still think it's safe to say that the second sea is probably more consistent, it's better, and it's faster overall. How about the biggest secret grinding method in the entire game? I've been talking about this for months and people still haven't caught on. Have you ever wondered why you're out and about just grinding in the game and some guy with 20 million bounty tackles you and you're like, you have like 2 million bounty? He still gets bounty if you're both max level, but why is this guy who is better than you coming after you? He's got 20 million bounty, bro. Let me tell you a big secret. Mr. 20 million bounty, he's never PvP'd before. He got high bounty, so he would get a damage and defense buff, and now he's learning to PvP. Let me show you the greatest grinding method in the game. You're gonna want a strong devil fruit. Whatever devil fruit you know how to combo with, or if you're a sword main, whatever. I'm just gonna use dragon because it's stupidly overpowered. And then we need to jump on over to a public server. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say 50 to 100,000 players on this game are all bots. And they're all bots that are pretty close to max level. In fact, their level is high enough that we can get bounty off them. Now, the reason I got this scarf on is because it makes it a little bit easier to spot. All right, I can tell you for sure that that right there is a bot. You can see the way it's moving. If we look over it, that's a bot. But unfortunately, he's on the wrong island. All right, we got ourselves some definite bot movement over here. Now, this is a bit inefficient because I have to get my fury up. But that's just me being bad at the game. You guys are probably good with like the dough or something and you could just attack anyone straight away. I don't want to miss, okay? All right, there's our little robot. Is he attackable? He is attackable. So we're just going to go right ahead and do as much damage as we can to the little guy. A little cutie. There's not a lot you could do about how quickly they move around. Like, it just is what it is. This one's interesting because it uses its V4 ability. There we go. I killed the bot. I killed 2 bot. And I got a bunch of bounty for both of them. Very nice. Now, we could wait for their PvP to turn back on. That would be a waste of time. No, we're going back to a safe zone. And we are going to hop servers again. Oh, there's definitely 2 bots running around there. But I think that guy who is 11.7 million, he's probably farming bots as well. Because it looks like he's already up there and he's probably killed them. There is another bot. You actually kind of get good at spotting their names. Like, you can tell what a bot name gonna be. I'm actually gonna try and use him to get my stuff up. Okay, he's actually hitting me back. I need to be more careful than that. Cool, so chasing a bot around is a good way to die. No way, dude. Maybe the dragon's not the best idea. There we go. Okay, I got my bounty back and then a little bit extra. Yeah, the dragon actually might not be very good for this. Maybe you would be better off using a fruit that is good. That guy had Ghoul V4 so that he could leech life back, so it'd be more likely that he wouldn't die. Obviously, he doesn't want to die from the NPCs, but it made my life harder too. Honestly, I could probably just go magma. It's only a small area. I could travel with my sword and then use magma and it would be perfectly fine.